that's what I'm kind of thinking with this island, just kind of sporadic and chaotic and just like going around the rocks. Hello everyone, and welcome back. So today we are building the campsite, so let's just get started. I've decided to put the campsite behind Nook's Cranny. So when I was talking about Nook's Cranny and the abandoned pool and whether I would use that incline to kind of direct people behind the abandoned pool, that's what I'm trying to achieve. I think it turns out okay in the end, but obviously I need to kind of add things to either side of it, so it's not like completely finished. So it's still a work in progress. But the idea is that the campsite is supposed to look like it's on top of a building. So that's why I've put like corrugated iron custom designs around the campsite. That's what it's supposed to look like. And then I'm gonna surround the campsite with storefronts and those retro train spots, and then I'm going to put like different buildings either side of the campsite, so it's gonna look really like urban and city-like back here. It's above an incline, so there's not going to be any city pathing up here because you couldn't get like cars or anything back here. So it's going to, hopefully it's going to look like that people used to live here before something happened on the island, making it abandoned and run down. That's the idea anyway. I'm obviously going to create more stuff to the left and to the bottom tiers, but for now this is what it's going to look like. Also, I had CJ on my island and I managed to trap him onto this tiny little like tier of a building, and he was so annoying. I had to actually time travel to get rid of him. He was so annoying. It stops you putting anything where he stands, so you can't put like any storefronts or any custom designs or anything where he is. So he's just like there, and it's really irritating. You have to like push him around to get him to move anywhere. And it doesn't look like it in the video, but me trying to get him to move was the most irritating thing. So I did have to time travel to get him away. So that's there. With the custom designs that I'm using a mixture between like the broken up concrete, some kind of tile that looks like metal-like, and then a yellow metal-y corrugated thing. I don't know what it's called, but you get it on the sides of roads when you go up to the end of a pavement to like, it signals you in your brain that it's like the end of a pavement and you're about to step onto the road. That kind of yellow stuff. And that's kind of like broken up and things. So I'm like going between those three for the flooring, and then obviously the corrugated stuff I'm using for the actual campsite. So that is the custom designs that I'm using. If you need to know where all of the custom designs come from, I put them in a Google Doc down below. They are in the description, so you can have a look at those if you ever need to know. All of my island custom designs are there as well. So if you ever want to go back and look at an island tour and would be curious about which custom designs I'm using, all in the Google Doc for you. So it's really cool. I didn't use any particular inspiration for this build. I kind of just had a look around Pinterest and kind of just looked at the Pinterest pictures that came up when you search kind of urban city, and Japanese inspired cities as well I looked at, even though my island is not Japanese inspired by any means, shape or form. But those kind of cities always do like really built up urban areas. So I kind of looked at all of those images to kind of get the gist of what I wanted. Because I knew I was doing like a lot of built up buildings and just wanted to figure out like how close I needed to put some of the buildings, whether they should be like all in a line or whether they needed to be like one tile apart, things like that, whether I could get away with using all the retro transport stops, which I really love using, especially in the grey and the damaged version. They look the most like run down, so I wanted to know whether I could get away with just using those. So I took like inspiration from Pinterest and photos on there. So that is kind of that inspiration, but not like one photo in particular. So I can't really show you the one picture that I used because I don't really know. This side of the island on the right hand side, I'm not particularly happy with how this building turned out. It looks okay from the bottom, but I'm not really happy with it. It's got some you can see some green grass when you go around the corner. When I do like a tour at the end, we'll do like a tour together and I'll show you these things. But I'm not particularly happy with it, so I think I might need to change it when I do the beach build or do this like right hand side at some point. I'm not convinced. I like the items, I like the tank and the gears and the like construction element. It looks like it's been built up and something's happened in the meantime, but I'm not convinced. It looks like it's too big for a building, if that makes sense. I look like I've done the cliff too big. I think that is the problem. I shouldn't have done the cliff so big. I don't really know what I was thinking. I don't really know what I was going to add here. Maybe I was thinking I was going to add like some of those clotheslines to it to make it look like people were living in the buildings. But then I remembered like it's abandoned, so nobody lives there. I don't know. So I ended up putting simple panels, and then I don't remember anything else. There's like a huge gap behind the simple panel and the retro train stop on the right hand side, and I don't know why in particular. No idea. So I'm gonna have to sort that out at some point, but other than that, I really like it. I did like a foresty nature area in between the abandoned pool and the campsite, so there's nothing there apart from like trees and shrubs and stuff, so it kind of breaks up all of the urban stuff as well. Because we're doing abandoned, there's gonna have like trees and stuff. You're gonna have those in the way sometimes because like nature is taking over the island slowly. So you're gonna need those like gaps in builds at some point. So breaking it up as well does help with lag, because if I'm using so many items in different builds, as you come to tour the island, you'll start to get lag and you'll start to see like the build almost like load as you're walking. So if I add like a little section of just trees, it kind of helps the lag process as well. So that's what I was kind of thinking, and it looks quite good. And then obviously I add a section of somebody like used to live there. Somebody has like a radio that they're listening to. And then at the front I do put another one of those sleeping bags, so it looks like somebody was just like sleeping outside before they were going on to the next spot. I have those in every single build now. It's like a staple of this island of having a camping spot on every single build. Like the items that I always use is a sleeping bag or like the fire pit fireplace, and then I use a retro stop and glowing moss and a bamboo. That is what I use on every single build. I'm happy that I get to use bamboo again, which is so cool. We love bamboo on this channel. We love a bamboo island when we go see villager hunts. So I'm excited that I get to use bamboo again, but it's not like the center of this island. Like, I just get to use it like casually, and you can't really tell that it's like the main focus of the island. It's really cool. It's just like a tree that's there, and I really love it. It's so cool. I've missed using bamboo because for the last like 3 or 4 islands I haven't used it at all, and I missed it, so I get to use it again, which is really cute. I like it. Also, with the campsite, I think I might leave it as it looks now, like with the broken up and not with the actual tent in place. Usually when I release a dream address, I will put a campsite villager in it, like an amiibo card or something, so the campsite looks full and you can see the tent in process, and it looks like the campsite should be in the full campsite mode. But I think for this island, because it's like apocalyptic and everything's supposed to be run down, I think I might leave it like that, like it used to be a campsite and it's not anymore. I think that's quite a cool idea. So I think I might leave it like that. Also, can you believe that summer holidays have nearly finished? Like, it's nearly September. How is that possible? I cannot believe it. I've got 1 more build to do and then it's September. Like, my build next week and then it's September. How ridiculous is that? I cannot believe it. Let me know what you have been doing for the summer holidays in the comments. I would love to know, because I love spending the summer holidays with my friends and family, so that's what I've been doing. But let me know what you do, whether you do anything or you just are at home chilling. And this is the side, this left hand side is the side that I've got to kind of work on, so I haven't completely finished this yet, but I thought it was kind of cute to do like a little storefront kind of building area with kind of trees and stuff in front. And I do want to leave the rocks where they kind of fall, unless they're really in the way. So that's what I'm kind of thinking with this island, just kind of sporadic and chaotic and just like going around the rocks rather than the rocks being in a specific place this time, which I quite like, because I know there's one at the front and there's one over there, so you kind of have to just see where they fall, which is really nice. And now I'm just finishing up. I'm just doing a little bit of the corner, and then we get to tour the build. So this is the finished build. So this section will be finished eventually. This is how you get past the abandoned pool, and then you come up to the little area where someone is sleeping, and then there is a vine just here where you can walk up and you can see the campsite. As I said, I might leave it like this, not get like the tent version up. And it's got a really cool outlook to the sea, which I really, really like. And you can see the building on the right, and then you come down the vine, and you've got another building on the left. As I said, you can see the grass, which is slightly annoying. You've got an overlook just here, which overlooks the sea. And then if you come to the left, you can come all the way through these buildings, and you can see the buildings either side. And I do need to finish this bit off, so I need to put something here, and I'm not sure what yet, but it does look really cool and I am getting there. So yeah, it does look really urban and really built up. But that is it. I hope you enjoyed this build. Please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you did, and subscribe if you are new down below for more Animal Crossing and cozy games. As always, I hope you have an amazing rest of the day wherever you are, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!